Hello everyone and welcome back to course. This is the NC67 parcours at Summit. At 12 at even, not at 12. So a bit of a start always, you know, got everyone on that about the new contact mode, and as soon as it wears off you see a bit of a collision down front. Coming down here, nice little jump and piss splat. We've had a crash, a slow down and, you know, a bit of a collision because we didn't get enough speed from all of that. Trying to do what I did and overshoot it when you do get the jump, and just kind of land in an awkward spot. When you do get down, I'll do these a bit slower than what you used to do, but you know, it's all controlled now. I won't be able to go too fast anymore because he's in front. And then you've got the new non-contact mode for the newer cars, which is very useful in a high collision race like what ours seem to be. Just take it nice and easy, driving it around. A couple of thin platforms, and then coming round, not knowing the race, I've taken out this with way too much speed than what I should have done. I actually thought I'd have to like do a mid-rotating jump on there. So I came back around the second time and nearly did the same thing, but more aimed towards the ramp. Forgetting about the small platform in the middle there, but yeah, it worked and I got around it, so it is what it is. I think I'm going to try to do a bit of a GTA series with races. I'm not too sure format the naming. Maybe like different, you know, classing as different types of races and whatnot. We're not too sure yet. It's early days, still an early idea, so that's what it is. You've had a couple of boosts there, nice little jump. Always push forwards a little bit. It just helps with the distance normally, the speed, the control as well. Sometimes varies. I just always put my nose down on the jump. Having seen someone falling off on that. First bit that I turned onto, I should have probably gone with it a bit more careful lineup, but I just didn't, and I forgot I had a non-contact here, so I started rushing this, or at least the first corner, so I just heard a load of engines behind me. What it normally means is you're going to get your ass whooped, so I think I'll avoid it for now. Pushing across, once you've got a bit of a lineup, you've then got, again, a narrow platform. I'm a bit slower on these. I'm not used to these new cars, and I just haven't got the control I used to do before. It's just nudging around them nice and slowly. We will get around the track. Coming onto this bit, just make sure you've actually got a bit more speed than what I did. I've gone onto it relatively slow and my car just kind of got stuck grinding. So back up and then up you go. You don't need a lot more speed, just basically better than what I did. Coming in at an angle, my car already scraped and it just wasn't working with no speed there. So do be careful. As you get up here, you've got a bit of a collision spot, but because it's the new cars, hopefully people are in non-contact. I don't know what activates it. Does anybody else know what activates it? It'd be very useful to know. I'd love to just be able to press a button and just troll somebody trying to knock me off. It'd be quite hilarious, but hey there. This part that wall ride, speaking from experience, I tried it a few times, probably lost a position I could have made up just because I tried to wall ride it out of interest. You know, it didn't work, it didn't work. Again, coming around, if you've got other people near. See, I've gone into non-contact here, don't really know why, but it's what it is. A good little jump up. And then across here, just to avoid the spinners, but get a straight line from this. You can recover to handle the line you need at the bottom. So otherwise you're going to put it down here. I think if you get in the middle, you should have enough room to kind of recover and get over that, but otherwise, if you get to the side, there's no way around the block of the wall. Ches a gold tap, you know, because it's Ches and he deserves it. If you had the opportunity and was a little bit closer, I'd definitely send him off, but you know, it's all fair in love and more, it doesn't the same to me. Was trying to get a bit of a line to a straight platform ledge, didn't work with the drop down and then Ches reversing, so try to make it look cool and it just looked awful. If you get a smooth run across these jumps, you should be able to land in that big one. That's the way you're meant to do it and get up to the checkpoint. It didn't seem to work for us, so what we did, when you land on the second platform, just lip over a little bit, and if you can't reverse all the way up, just try forward a little bit and I'll let you do it. Or not speed again, you know, just GCA. And then get across that way. be interested to see where the other jumps are actually meant to take you. That's what it is. I got a little bit stuck here. I think if you slow down earlier and get a better turn on than what I did. I don't know where the turn was or what I was doing really. But I got stuck trying to race speech there. So if you have more control, you can probably do this. But knowing that people ahead of me actually decided to go for a cheat to see if it worked, and it did. Just about caught it. Probably shouldn't have done, but I quite far away from that, and it did. So yeah. But again, coming around, use a bit more control, and you'll get a better lift off than what we did on the last one. And just jump across, bit of speed, maybe a bit more than what I had there, but I don't really know where the rest of my speed went on my car. And on this one, just you kind of want to slow down early, so when you get around the top lip, like, you know, lift up and then start slowing down. Then you want to come to a stop like a bit before where I've done, and then start accelerating to grip and push your way across a bit more like that. You can just stop more or less a quarter of the way from the other side, so all the way down, like when you hit the 3/4 mark, you can pretty much come to a halt, and then, you know, start accelerating to get your grip, so otherwise your car's just spinning. Doesn't seem to have a lot of grip, this car, just, you know, seems that way, but again, just what it is. Nearing the finish now. It's actually the looking platforms pretty much what you just in the bottom left corner. Just come round, I nearly missed where I go in here, and then nearly overshot it, and well, I thought I might undershoot me first, and I realised I'm going to drop all the way down. I think there's a lip in the middle here, so then that's where I nearly overshot it. But you can get around it, just about. Just finish recovering. Make that a lot smoother than me, shave off some time. Just got a couple of thin platforms to lead you around to a finish. Overall, not a bad race for a parkour. Definitely something gonna, you know, be undervalued, but I think most of the parkour races are probably undervalued. There are some which shouldn't exist, but there are definitely little gyms like this where it's not too complicated. It runs quite well, it moves quite well, it's easy to tell where you're going. Nothing's hard for the sake of being hard. Like, it's so much tricky. It's tricky, like, intentionally, and you can see that, rather than like some of that's tricky, but it's not been smoothed off, and it just looks like a half thing of like, oh well, we're on a hard race, so it makes it hard, you know. But do please enjoy it, like, comment, and subscribe.